Hi, this is Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and on today's video we'll be taking a look at a updated classic. This is the JIMTAB M18 New Edition. Keep watching to find out what's changed. Okay, so in today's video we'll be taking another look at the JIMTAB M18. From those of you that have already seen the video previously, you'll know that I was a really big fan of this, and in actual fact this has been a really good seller on Amazon. They've sold absolutely tons of these, and for good reason. It is exceptionally good quality. 1080p 60Hz will support up to 4K inputs, but it will downsample them. But realistically, when you see it on the screen, or actually on the wall, or wherever it is you're projecting it to, it looks so crisp it could actually be 4K. This is one of my favourite projectors, and now they've upgraded it, it's definitely at the top of my list now. So what have they upgraded, you're probably asking? Well, they've upgraded multiple things actually. The first of which is a big important one, is they've upgraded the lamp. So it's gone from a 120 watt lamp, which was a 4500 lumen, to now a whopping 150 watt lamp with 6000 lumen. Now it was really bright before, but now it's going to be a lot brighter. Percentage wise, I'm not sure exactly in the top of my head, but it's got to be like 20% or something, which is actually a massive jump for a projector. Also upgraded is the keystone correction, which is now done electronically in the unit. There is actually a keystone adjustment on the top as well, the manual one, which you can use, but you can also get adjustment for keystone both in the horizontal and the vertical planes. All of this done from the menu. Also, the speakers have been upgraded as well. The speaker which is included now sounds actually a lot like one of the kind of Amazon devices, that kind of thing. It's a lot more bassy, a lot richer, and it has a very wide stereo sound. Other than that, they've upgraded things like the firmware and actually the technology behind all the unit inside, so it all works really quickly, really smoothly, and actually they've included some more features to include support for other types of codecs for devices using USB. So if you've got your XVID or whatever type of files, AVIs, MP4s, all that kind of thing, MP3s, you'll find a lot more compatibility with the unit now than you did in the previous model. So that's enough waffling about the upgrades. Just take a look around the packaging, take a look at the unit itself, and then we'll give it a test and see what it actually looks like. So packaging wise, this is basically exactly the same packaging. Essentially what's happened is the supplier that they were getting the M18s made by for JIMTAB, they basically upgraded the technology. So JIMTAB, rather than creating a new model, this is just the upgraded version. So basically you get to pay exactly the same price, if not slightly less at the moment, but you get all those upgraded features, which is really cool. So the model on the front here is shown with the silver or white accents. The one we've got is actually a kind of all charcoal black, but you can get optional different colors if you wanted to. Again, this is the model M18 and it's a LED portable projector. Now I wouldn't say it's actually portable, it's quite a chunky unit, but essentially what it means is it doesn't have to be kind of fixed in place somewhere. You can move it around from place to place and plug it in various areas. So portability, yes. Portable, not so much. Moving on to the side, not really a great deal going on, but you will notice if you buy one of these from Amazon, which we'll put some affiliated links in the video description, on the tag there it will actually say the JIMTAB M18, and at the bottom it says new, so this is the upgraded version, so make sure you get that. And actually for those of you that are thinking about getting one of these on Amazon at the moment, there is an additional reason why you should want this. There is actually a reduction on at the moment, and they've got roughly about £20 off the price here in the UK. So the original retail price is £189.99, but at the moment there is a £19.99 offer, or £19 voucher, so yeah, £170-ish. For a projector of this quality, 1080p 60Hz, is almost unheard of. Anyway, that's enough about the box. Let's take a look at the unit inside and some of the accessories. So this is the projector itself, and as you can see it's in a black finish, and on the top here we've got this kind of brushed aluminium type look to it. Looks really smart. I really do like the look of this. It looks very functional and also wouldn't look out of place in most homes. You can actually use this in office environments if you want to, because it is now so bright. You can use kind of Word documents, PowerPoint presentations in pretty much fluorescent lighting. I've had this actually powered up today, and with the normal lights on in the room, it's absolutely fine. On the wall you can see it very well, and when you turn the lights off, wow, it gets so bright. But okay, we'll take a look at that a little bit later on in the video. So accessories, what do we get? Well, this is pretty much the same spec as almost all of these projectors, but we'll go through it anyway regardless. So first of all, you get your remote control, and it's a standard kind of remote control. You've got your power on, off, etc, up, down, left, right, menu buttons, usual kind of things you'd expect. It takes two AAA batteries, which unfortunately aren't included, so you will need to provide them yourself. Comes with the UK power lead, which is what we call the kettle leader here in the UK. So if you've got one of those lying around, or you need a particularly longer one, maybe you've got it mounted on the ceiling or wherever, maybe on a shelf somewhere, you can get longer versions of these if you want to, but the one included is 1.5 meters. Also included is a pretty decent quality HDMI cable, which I think I praised them for before actually. This is a nice thick chunky cable, high quality HDMI, which again for a 1080p projector really isn't required, but it's certainly nice to have it anyway. You also get a AV splitter lead, so if you're powering an older device or using an older device such as maybe a Nintendo or a Sega old style thing, which is got those kind of outputs, so your phono jacks, so you've got your audio jacks left and right, and you've got your composite as well, which then terminates into almost like a TRRS type 3.1 jack, which just plugs in the side, so nice and easy if you want to hook up those older devices. Also included is a magician's hanky. It's not actually, it's for cleaning the lens, so nice little cloth there, soft microfiber for keeping the lens nice and clear. There is actually a lens cover as well, which I do seem to have mislaid. It was here somewhere, but yes, there is also a lens cover for those of you that are wondering. Also, you get your installation manual or instruction manual, and inside here it tells you all the details of all the ports, etc. But don't worry, we'll be going through that anyway, and it goes through various things that you can connect up, such as your iPhones, Android devices, USB devices, SD cards, HDMI ports, all those kinds of things, but it goes through that in pretty good detail, and it gives you a layout of all the specs, etc. I'll try and get some close-ups on the screen so you can take a look at that as well. But essentially what we're looking at here is up to a 300-inch display. Now you can get a 300-inch display, but the projector will need to be 9.2 meters away. So a pretty big screen, but pretty far away. So fantastic for larger screen presentations. For me personally, I think it's best round about somewhere in between the sort of 50 to 80-inch mark. And for that, you need this to be around about 2 meters away from the surface. So nice big projection area. Again, we'll take a look at that when we set it up in a minute. I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, LCD technology for the actual display itself. The light source is LED and supported resolution. So you've got the native resolution, which is 1080p, but it also supports 576i, 576p, 720i, 720p, 1080i and 1080p. Obviously, like I said, you can put a 4K input into there, but it will downsample it to 1080p. So projection size between 50 and 300 inches, as we said, and aspect ratios, for those that are wondering, a 4:3, 16:9, and auto as well, so it'll pretty much work with anything. And you've got 15 degrees of keystone correction, both horizontal and vertical, and you can install it either front, rear or ceiling. So that's that pretty much wrapped up. Let's take a look at the connectivity on the unit. Okay, so let's start from the front of the unit. So as you can see, we've got pretty much the heart of it here. So these are the optics, and there's a 5-stage glass lens there, so for really good clear image quality. Also on the front, you've got this adjustment. So if you need it to be raised up slightly, you can do. You can, if you want to, you can remove this entirely, remove the screw, and then you can use a standard 1/4-20 thread, attach it to a tripod or a gorilla pod, those kinds of things. Essentially, if you want to mount it, you can do quite easily from there. There is actually, on the bottom as well, there's also the mounting areas, the standard ones, which you get with most projector units, especially ceiling mounted ones. So you've got a section there, there, and there. If you want to get one of those big units and have it permanently attached somewhere, you can do. Also on the bottom, you've got 4 rubberized feet to keep it stable on the surface, and also you've got some information about the model number and the voltages, etc. Moving around onto this side, so this is our main ventilation area, and there is actually a huge heat pipe radiator in there, which again is upgraded to try and keep the noise levels down and to keep things nice and cool inside. Also, we've got our SD card slot, which you can use micro SDs in an SD card adapter. Next to that is our AV jack, so again, plugging in your older devices, older Segas, Nintendos, that sort of thing. And next to that is a headphone jack. So maybe if you've got it sat down in front of you and you're watching your movies or playing your games and you don't want to disturb the rest of the people in the house, you can just plug in your headphones in there and you can play your games away on a massive screen, which is yeah, pretty cool. Moving around to the back, so on the back we've got a standard D-sub or VGA connection. There's 2 USB ports, one of which is for powering devices and one of which is for data. So the top one is for your data, so if you've got a USB thumb drive, that kind of thing, you can plug it into there. If you're plugging in a device which actually needs power as well, such as iPads, that kind of thing, then you plug one of the connectors into the top for data and the one underneath will supply power. Now, obviously, if you're using something like a Fire TV stick, which also requires power, then just plug that into the USB on the bottom. It is actually marked up on there, it does say 5V, and the one at the top does actually say U on it. So U is for USB, and 5V is for all your power requirements. Next to that, you've got two HDMI ports, HDMI 1, HDMI 2, so that's all well and good. Got a really nice speaker there. It does look quite small, but actually does pack one heck of a punch. And next to that, we've got the power connection. So pretty much most of the connectivity is actually on the back. So if you're thinking of cable management, that kind of thing, realistically, most of your stuff is going to be plugged into the back. So probably your USBs, maybe an HDMI, and your power. That's going to be your main sources. The ones on the side, obviously, you can use headphones and the extra jacks, but I don't think many people tend to use those. These are going to be your primary sources. Moving around to this side, not a great deal, just a little bit of ventilation there. Moving on to the top, we've got this kind of brushed aluminium type look in black. Also, you've got your manual control, so if for some reason you can't find your remote control, then you can use all these buttons, and it's got a full set of buttons, so up, down, left, right, OK, play, source, menu, and power button. Press the power button twice to turn it off, and press it once to turn it back on. Also on top, you've got your keystone adjustment, being 15 degrees of keystone adjustment, and you've got your focus wheel, which has got loads and loads of adjustment, but also has got a very minute movement and has got a really nice mechanism to it. So getting that perfect focus on the wall or your projection screen should be really simple. Something else I forgot to mention actually, which I just noticed, is also the infrared ports. So you've got an infrared port on the rear, and also there is an infrared port on the front. So again, depending where it's mounted, you shouldn't have any problems with the included remote control. So that is pretty much it for the port tour. Let's get this thing fired up and see what it's actually like. Okay, so let's start off with some videos. So this is something which is definitely not copyrighted because it's mine. And you can see there the image quality is really nice. Everything's really nice and sharp, and the colour accuracy is brilliant. Obviously, this is a very, very badly prepared wall, so do take that as it is. iPhone or any other touch devices. So if you're a little bit scared of signing for things, from deliveries, couriers, that kind of thing, grab your Microsoft box in, pretty decent, pen, and you can sign away. So let's pause that there and let's have a look at the menu. So I can see at the moment the screen looks like it's a little bit off. Actually, let's quickly go through this. So you've got picture mode. So if you go into picture mode, you've got standard, soft, user, vivid, etc. I'll leave it on vivid, I quite like that. And press back to go to the menu. Color temperature, you've got your mediums, warm, user, cool, etc. I'll leave it on cool for now. Aspect ratio, so you can change all your aspect ratios. Projection direction, so you can do front, upside down, left, right, up, all those different things, all those crazy kind of angles depending where you're mounting it. HDMI mode, and you can reduce display size, so if you want to, you can go into that, and if you go the other way, you can reduce it right down to 25. And you can do it in granular bits, so you can just reduce it down as much as you need to. So that is that. Let's take that back to 0. So you've got your sound options, so movie mode, balance, auto volume, all that kind of stuff. Sleep timer, and you've got your on-screen language, etc. But what is nice here, you've got the keystone correction. So at the moment, you can go into the vertical, and again, you can line all those things up. There is an auto adjust there, which I gotta be honest with you, I don't get how that works. There must be something inside. It does jump a little bit when you do that. So yeah, there is a little bit of a change there. But essentially, yes, automatic adjustment, but if need be, you can go in there and manually do it as well. And I think that is pretty much it. So sound mode, sleep typer, blue screen. You can have blue screen on or off, software update, all that kind of usual stuff. So yeah, that is pretty much it. So let's take a look at some other video footage. So as you can see there, it's a really nice image. Now this is actually in 4K, and for some reason the laptop doesn't like playing this. I've tried playing it on my PC as well, and I think there's something actually wrong with the footage, but you can get an idea of what it looks like there. So that is that one. And there is a nice beach. Now this is actually in the cool profile at the moment, so if you're watching something, a film maybe, which has that kind of profile, then you can go into your color temperatures, change it, and maybe you want a medium or warm, and it just gives you a nicer picture overall. I think that looks fantastic. The sharpness of the sand, you can see all the textures and the shells. Again, this left hand side of the screen over here will be a little bit blurrier because there is like a thing going on with the wall, so yeah, ignore that. What else we got here? So there's some again, some really nice footage there. A drone shot. The greens look lovely. You can see the mountains in the background. You've got the blues. And actually looking on the wall now, the difference between what I can see on my laptop, which is mirrored, and that is the colour accuracy is really good. If anything, actually, it looks slightly better on the wall. And here we've got a nice bit of sea there, so you can see jet skiing. And even though that is quite a relatively fast moving picture, it is 60 Hz, so you don't get that kind of flickery look to it. It just looks really nice, really smooth. And there's a nice colourful shot, so if you're watching your movies and it's like a darker movie, all the blacks stand out really nicely and you see all the colour contrast. Contrast ratio on this is pretty decent. Again, all the specs will be in the video description, so you can check it out, or go to the Amazon page and check it out there. But certain things on there, so you can see like the raindrops hitting the puddles, all of the detail is still in the image, which you wouldn't normally get on a projector, especially one which is well under £500. This is at the moment around about 170 with the discount code, so you could potentially snap up a bargain. And I think it looks absolutely fantastic. And there's another beach shot. It's just a really nice, pleasing image in tons and tons of detail. And actually that's a particular one I downloaded just so you could see what the blur is like on it. Now obviously there is going to be some motion blur because it's unavoidable because of the technology used. But looking at that, you've got the vehicles travelling through. There is a very, very slight flicker or blur to them. But I thought this is actually really good representation of what you would expect to see. So in like a fast moving game or something, that is what it would look like. And what else we got? So there's like another drone shot in some street. I'm not sure where that is. But anyway, you get the general idea. So let's close that down and we'll go into, let's go into YouTube. And again, you can see it's a really, really nice looking, pleasing image. If you are using this for PowerPoint presentations, that kind of thing, I think you're going to be very happy with it. Again, color accuracy and all that is, yeah, absolutely brilliant. All very good, and the image is really nice. Looks great. There's Henry Thomas's audition for ET. If you get the chance, watch it. It's a really good audition, and it's not surprising he ended up being the kid in ET. And there we go, just to show you a darker desktop. So that's my laptop desktop, Mike's Unboxing logo. And again, you can still see it pretty well. The dark colours come through, the contrast ratio is very good, and it all seems to be very much in focus. So yeah, happy days. So there you go, there has been a demonstration and an overview of the JIMTAB M18, the new edition with the upgraded lamp, and yeah, I'm definitely sold on this one. Much, much brighter, even in the studio light conditions, which is basically what you can see now. You can still see the image on the wall very, very clearly, very easily. It's a great resolution, 1080p. For a projector, I think 1080p is really where you should be trying to look. 720p gets the job done, but it isn't quite as sharp. And if you're using a projection screen rather than a blank wall, then you will definitely notice the difference. And again, this is 60 Hz as well, so you get 60 frames per second, so you can use this for gaming if you want to. I was going to, but unfortunately my laptop is far too slow at Rocket League to do it justice, so I decided against it. But if you want to, you can hook this up to your PC, have it mounted on a separate HDMI feed, and maybe switch between your DisplayPort monitor and your HDMI for large screen gaming when you've got your friends around, that kind of thing. Or maybe just when it's movie night, hook this up to your PC, have it permanently connected, and when it's time to watch your YouTube videos or your movies, flick this on and kick back and enjoy. So if you want to take advantage of the upgraded lamp and the upgraded features, please do so. Again, affiliated links will be in the video description. Do make sure you look out for the M18, the new version. They probably will update the listing, but they haven't got around to it yet, so it will soon say 6,000 lumen rather than 4,500. But again, if you follow the links in the video description, you'll make sure you get the right one and you'll get the upgraded version. So that's been the JIMTAB M18. I've been Mike. This is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll catch you in the very next video. Thanks for watching.